Hey y'all, welcome back to another home cooked meal. Alright, tonight I made homemade Olive Garden fettuccine. So it's pretty much the Alfredo is Olive Garden, and I use the thin spaghetti noodles because that's what I like the angel hair. So let me get, y'all know noodles stick together, so let me get a nice little picture for you. All right, so let me give you the basis of Olive Garden's Alfredo sauce. Sorry, it's been a long week and I'm super tired. So the Alfredo sauce is butter, garlic, flour, heavy whipping cream, and milk and Parmesan cheese. I'm pretty sure that's all I put in there. On the side, I have some salt and some pepper in case it needs it. And then, of course, you always have to have your little garlic sticks. Great value is the way to go. All right, so let's go ahead and dig in. I've made homemade Alfredo, but I don't know if I ever made specifically Olive Gardens. Yeah, I love angel hair. What is your favorite pasta to cook with? Actually really good. I could have cooked the noodles a little more al dente, but I only cooked them for like 5 minutes, so I guess they only need like 3 or 4. Yeah, I love I love angel hair pasta. Like, I love the thin noodles. I don't know if it's a texture thing or what it is, but I love them. I can't tell you if it tastes like, I'm gonna put a little a little pepper. I can't tell you if it tastes like Olive Garden because I don't remember the last time we ate at Olive Garden. I know we went there when we lived in Alabama, so it's been a good 3 or 4 years. But it's good to me. It's definitely worth a try because it's super easy. Okay. I'm gonna put a little salt. In this video, I wanted to answer some of y'all's questions that you had. And definitely feel free to drop down any respectful, positive questions in my comments below. Because you know this is a positive channel. And I don't have a problem answering questions at all. I mean, that's what my channel is. You're gonna get to know me because I actually talk. So the first question, which I answered before, was if I had any kids or if we had any kids. And that answer is no. We don't have any previous kids from any relationships, and we don't have any children together. And then the follow-up question to that, do we plan to have any kids in the future? And that's a no. We don't have anything against kids. Like, I love my nephew to the moon and back. And I love being around kids. It's not a problem. But I'm 36, about to be 37 in a few months. He's in his 40s. And right now we're just saving up to like possibly build a house, and like we like to travel, so. And I know you can still do those things with children, but it's not in our cards. However, story, when I was a late teen, early 20s, I used to want 8 kids. Why are you laughing? Nobody said chime in.
A lot of kids. A lot of kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know why.
You buy a dog.
But we'll get a dog or something. But I just remember always wanting 8 kids. I don't know why 8. I mean, that's my favorite number, but I was always wanting a big family. But it never happened. Thank goodness with none of my exes, because that's a mess. Don't sleep on this great value stuff now. Them are good. So, we don't have kids and we don't want kids. So I'll just spoil my nephew his whole life. Alright, the next question is, where were you both born and raised? Trying to a little close up. It's a little hot. That's too much. I'm not even. We're gonna take some of that off. So, him and I both were born in suburbs of Cincinnati, or towns of Cincinnati, or whatever you want to call them. Cincinnati, Ohio. So, we weren't born actually in Cincinnati, but you know, on the outskirts. And not too far from each other. I think where he was born, maybe like 25-30 minutes away from each other. So both born and raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. I don't know why this bowl looks so little, because it's not. And the next question is, how did y'all meet? So, super long story short, I knew of him like prior to us getting together, because he used to hang out with my stepmom and her husband. And a backstory up to the stepmom and her husband. So the lady that raised me since I was 9 years old, I still call her my mom. So technically stepmom, but I call her my mom because she raised me. So that's who I'm referring to. So my stepmom and her husband used to hang out with him. I mean, not all the time, but like some gatherings they would have, or they would go out to eat sometimes. And I don't remember when, but at some point before me and him got together, we became Facebook friends. So we were interact on Facebook, do pictures and whatever. But I've seen him at parties and stuff, and gatherings, events or whatever. We became Facebook friends. And then, I don't know what it was. One night, I was about to go to bed to wake up for work. And out of the blue, I just Facebook messaged him. And my message said, quote unquote, when are we going fishing? Or what's our date? Or when's our fishing date? Or something like that. So I didn't know it, but he actually at that time worked third shift. So he was up and he was at work and blah blah. So we spent a little bit of time texting that day. Or not texting, but on Facebook Messenger. But that was my first thing I said to him was, When are we going fishing? So I guess I broke the ice and I initiated the relationship. Now, as far as who said I love you first, I really don't remember that. I don't know if you'll remember that. Let me see.
What?
Do you remember who said I love you first?
I did.
Oh, he said he did. So he said I love you first. I couldn't remember.
You cried.
Oh, Lord. Go back to
Yeah.
watching. Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't remember.
We were at Buffalo Wild Wings.
You said I love you at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Outside my truck.
Oh, romantic. So there's that story. You heard it from his mouth. He said I love you first in the parking lot of Buffalo Wild Wings. What a lovely story. Okay. So, how long have we been together? Our official being together date was March 18th, 2016. So, what, 6 years going on 7? And boy, has it been 7 years. I'm just kidding. One thing I admire about him is he's a super hard worker, always has been. So, I know we'll always be good because we both always work. We both always grind and push. So, so that's how our love story started. Knew each other in the past before we got together. I initiated. We've been together ever since. So, let me think. Was it a year? I think we lived in Ohio for about a year. And then from there we moved to outside of Montgomery, Alabama. So Cincinnati, Ohio to Montgomery, Alabama. Excuse me. From Montgomery, Alabama, we lived there outside of Montgomery, Alabama. Lived there for 3 years. And then from Montgomery, Alabama, we moved to Florida. And that's where we've been ever since. We've been here a little over 2 years now. So, and we love it because it's just great. The next question we have is, are we staying in Florida? That we don't know, because as much as we love it, we both love the east coast of Florida. Because I don't know if you visited Florida and how often, but the west coast of Florida is super busy, like Clearwater, St. Pete. It's very touristy. Then you go to the other side of Florida, yeah, you have like St. Augustine, Jacksonville, Fort Lauderdale, but it's slower over there. It's like a slower life. So we kind of like it on that side. So possibly in the future, we might move to that other side. Or we've spoken about moving to the Carolinas. But that would be a big move because we don't know nobody. Here, at least we know. I got family where we live. I got family on the East Coast. So we know people here. And if we were to move to one of the Carolinas in the far future, we would definitely have to have a lot of knowledge about them states. Because when we moved to Alabama, his dad lived there. So we knew somebody. When we moved to Florida, we knew somebody. I had a family. We moved to the Carolinas, we don't know nobody, so I don't know. It's up in the air. We gotta talk about it. But for now, we love Florida. Like, it's just great. Offers a lot. We're both outside people, so outside a lot. Whew, I am full. If you can't tell, I've slowed down on eating. But this was a big bowl, and I about ate half of it, as you can tell. And the last question is, what do you do for work? So I work for the state, and I work in the children and families division, I guess you would say. I work with children and families. And Steven, the boyfriend, he does like forklift driving and warehouse work for really. I know, but I wasn't gonna say where you worked at. Try to keep it a little private. But he works for a really good trucking company. Until he finds a job working with the city or the state, which is his goal. But for now, he's been doing that for years and years and years, and he's really good at it. So we'll see what the good Lord brings and what the future holds. But y'all, I am full. Whoops. This is pretty good. You can make it with any pasta you want. I didn't want fettuccine because I don't want the big noodles. I love thin noodles. And you definitely have to pair it with some kind of garlic bread. So, if you have any questions, please just drop them down below. Please keep them positive. And if I missed any questions, I'll go through it again. And I will definitely get them on the next few videos. Until then, let me know how you've been. Let me know what you've been doing. And stay positive.